Hi, and welcome to my speedrun of Super Mario 64. This is the 16-star category, completed in 18 minutes and 44 seconds.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
This is my personal best, with my previous record being 18 minutes and 53 seconds. In this video, I'll be explaining the route used, and giving thoughts about my performance throughout the run. While I'm happy with the time, there were a lot of small mistakes you'll see that could definitely be improved. In such a short speedrun, optimizing movement is crucial to save more time. After the opening cutscene, we get right into the action. My movement at the beginning is used to align myself for a trick called Lakitu Skip. As you approach the castle, crossing the bridge causes the character Lakitu to fly down and describe some camera controls. Jumping along the edge of the bridge successfully would allow you to save 7 seconds of text, but I missed this jump along the edge of the bridge. For the sake of completing a run, I chose not to reset. You'll notice I enter the left door here because it helps me set up the camera for movement inside the castle, and using a long jump and then a jump dive allows us to enter the first stage, Bob-omb Battlefield. There are 15 main worlds in this game, but this route only enters 6 of them. Here, we obtain 1 star by performing a trip called the bomb clip. We aim to collect the star behind the gate by tossing and recatching this bomb at a precise time to prevent it from exploding. Catching it this way leaves it in an enlarged state that propels us backward. Using this momentum, we can force Mario through the gate to collect the star. Now, we move through the castle to reach the next world, Whomp's Fortress. This is an important stage because we get 5 stars here, the most in a single stage, and there's a lot of potential to lose time. The first star we get is one inside of the walls of the world. Normally, we'd have to use a cannon to shoot Mario at the wall and expose the star. However, we use a trick called Cannonless to align Mario up in a way that allows him to touch the star that's barely peeking out of the wall. The movement and camera manipulation are important to get the trick. Prior to 2015, when the method was discovered, runners would run off the bridge at random angles and hope to attain the star. If they missed, they would collect our next star as a backup. Our next objective is taking down the boss of this world, King Whomp. This boss requires the use of ground pounds on the back of the king to deal damage. You'll notice that ground pounding as the king comes down allows Mario to phase through and avoid damage. This also allows us to get faster hits off. It's also important to note that I try to manipulate the king's movement so I can get the last hit off right where the star will spawn. In the next star, we use similar movement to climb to the top of the level again, where a new star now lies. I messed up my movement on this slope and end up falling on the piranha plant, wasting a few seconds. I use a small shortcut and jump up to this rising platform, so we skip jumping around the tower itself. But you'll notice I almost fall off by bonking on the side. Falling off here would have cost multiple seconds, since I'd have to wait for the platform to come back down again. The last star we get here is in a cage high in the sky. I use an owl in the level to fly high and drop into the cage to obtain the star. There is an alternative method to reach the star without the owl, called Owlless, but it requires precise movement that only saves about 3 or 4 seconds, so I don't see it as a necessary trick to learn quite yet. Our next stop is Cool Mountain. We get 2 fairly quick stars here to put our total at 8, which unlocks access to the first Bowser stage of the game. The first star in Cool Mountain requires us to return this lost penguin to its mother. We take a precise route to slide down the mountain and bounce right in front of the area needed to talk to her. The next star we get is called Wall Kicks Will Work. We roll out off the side of the stage and drift toward this hidden section of the map. This method is kind of risky because falling off the map is very likely and can cost around 10 to 15 seconds, while jumping in this general area allows us to get straight to the star. Now we head to the first of 3 Bowser stages in the game. On my way here, I bonk my head on a few walls because I hate going fast. These 3 Bowser stages consist of a level followed by a fight with Bowser himself. The stages themselves are fairly difficult to traverse quickly because there are many opportunities to fall off and die. This stage also includes a red coin star, so we collect them along the way to raise our total star count to 9. I attempt to hit the switch to make 2 red coins collectible, but I get caught in the fire as I do. I end up getting this red coin first and head back to get the other. So it messes up the ideal route I'd like to take. The movement around the stage is the most interesting because going fast allows us to get a good cycle on moving platforms later on. Coming up is a platform with Goombas. Getting hit by one at a fast speed can knock you off the platform. Getting around this curved platform is also tough because you have to move your camera around while traveling and dodging these electric amps. At this yellow block, the ideal movement would put us at a good place to get the red coin and long jump to the next one, but I have to wait here for a bit since my earlier movement was not as good. The dive after the 7th red can be a huge time loss because we land on a tiny strip of the platform and can easily fall off. A long jump allows us to claim the last red, and we look to grab the star before the fight. As you can see, my movement after the 8th red was a bit sloppy. Normally you can do a series of jumps to smoothly get to the top. Bowser fights in this game require you to grab him by the tail and rotate the control stick rapidly to spin him in a circle. We want to time our release so that we throw him onto a bomb. As you can see, I failed to hit my first throw since I didn't spin him fast enough, but with the second regrab, we were able to hit the bomb. Looking at the splits on the left, we are 12 seconds ahead of my previous record as we head into the basement of the castle, where most of the faster stars of the run lie. We first get 2 stars in Shifting Sandland, the first one being the star in the talons of this bird. We do some specific movement to reach this pillar that we long jump off of. Then we bounce on this Shy Guy and use the floating state we're in to hit the bird to drop the star. I mess up my jump at the end, causing me to overshoot the star itself, so collecting it was slower than expected. This next star is pretty easy. We triple jump up this hill to slide down and reach the star at the top of the pyramid. The movement here could have been cleaner in my opinion, but it was better than missing the initial jumps and sliding down. We get 1 star in Lethal Lava Land, and it's a quick 8 red coin star. They're all in one central location, so we lava boost toward the sliding Bowser jigsaw pieces and get them with some well-placed dives. We need 3 more stars until we reach 15, a significant point needed to make Mips the bunny appear in the basement. He's an important component of a later trick needed to skip the 30-star requirements needed to unlock the second Bowser stage. We get our next star from our good friend Toad. I run into him for a short bit because Toads take time to load in before they're interactable. In Hazy Maze Cave, we get our first star by wall jumping to this high platform, then long jumping to the one with the star. But I missed the jump, forcing me to back up to the second star we normally get here. We have to move past these rolling rocks, and as you can see I get hit by these rocks, which is pretty tilting, but eventually we make it through. This is unfortunate since these stars are straightforward, but there wasn't too much time lost. A second run through the stage is a bit cleaner and leaves us at 15 stars. Now we go through the process of catching Mips the bunny to perform what's known as Mips Clip. Catching him can be a lengthy process if you don't get him early. An optimal catch position is right in front of this door, but I catch him earlier just in case. We pick Mips up after the star spawns, and use him to clip through this wooden door. Aligning Mario in a specific way allows him to clip into the door, and we use this position to re-grab Mips and bring him to this 30-star door. There are a lot of mistakes that can cause the run to die here. For one, getting Mips through the wooden door can take some time. Here at the star door, it's possible for Mips to get stuck on the other side, making it impossible for Mario to re-grab him. This forces a reset. Before we can enter the second Bowser stage, we have to complete this swimming section in Dire Dire Docks. This level is pretty self-explanatory, but swimming in this game requires you to press A in a constant rhythm. But everything went pretty smoothly in my opinion. Normally you have to spawn some blocks in order to jump up to where the star is on this ship, but we can use a short trick to jump on this part of the boat that lets us skip and save some time. The second Bowser stage is pretty lenient. We aim to make a cycle where some rising platforms will carry us up at the right time. I mess up my movement at the beginning and hit the lava twice, but we still make the cycle in the end. After these wall kicks, my movement is pretty good. This upcoming part is tough because we want to long jump on this tiny bit of the stage, but going too far to the left will make us fall and die, and going to the right will make us hit the lava. The Bowser fight itself is pretty similar to the first, except he tilts the platform forcing us to grab his tail at a later point in the duel. With 2 quick spins and a throw later, we're on to the final parts of the run. We re-enter this stage and use the pause menu to select exit course because it takes us back to the lobby of the castle. Here we can use the key we just obtained to head upstairs. We ledge grab through the ceiling to save a few seconds, and prep for the major technique used in the run, the backwards long jump, or BLJ. On these stairs, we can perform long jumps backwards and interrupt each jump with another, which allows us to gain enough speed to force ourselves through the door. This can be a run killer, but we actually get it first try. Now we head to the last star door that holds the infinite stairs. Normally we'd need 70 stars to reach the top, and if we don't have enough, the stairs loop forever, preventing us from reaching the top. However, with another BLJ, we can bypass this measure and enter the third Bowser stage. In Bowser in the Sky, we ascend a tall course that can cause huge time losses if we fall at a bad time. Movement here needs to be tight so we don't fall off. After ascending this ramp, we use a precise triple jump to skip a small portion of the stage. This can cause a death if missed, so it's always a scary moment. Here, you'd normally have to ride the platform to reach the end, but we jump along these planks and finish with a triple jump to hit this pole and skip a portion of the map. There are faster techniques here that we can use, but they're more risky and can cause insane time losses. These revolving platforms can get glitchy, but we long jump off here to skip a bit of the map. Those Goombas can potentially knock you off, so it's good we avoided them. Heading into this pipe leads us to the final Bowser fight. Here, we need to throw Bowser 3 times into bombs. Making sure we set up our throws accurately and quickly can make or break the run. We get the first hit, and I prep for the next, but the second barely misses, costing a few seconds. I fail to re-grab him for a while, but the next throw comes easily. The last hit also comes with a smaller stage to play on, but we land the last throw pretty quickly. With that, we end the timer as soon as we grab the star. 1844 is our final time, and I'm happy with the result, but there's still a lot of room for improvement. The next goal is in 1830, but I'm not sure when that'll happen due to some hand pains. I do plan to learn the 70-star route to work on my movement, so I may stream that on my Twitch channel at some point. I hope you enjoyed watching my 16-star run of Super Mario 64. Thanks for watching.
And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to do something special for you.
Here we go!
Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake. For Mario. Mario!
Thank you so much for playing my game.